Hello and welcome everyone to another episode. Yes, so more launches for our Jool 14 Explorer. Wow, I don't know why that was so hard to say. So I have been a little bit busy, and once again I constantly throw in that I've been a little bit busy note, but I've just been kind of working away on a side project and trying something new in my life, which is coding, but I'll get back to that possibly later if I remember. Yeah, so there will be a lunar eclipse coming up pretty soon. This is a part of the tetrad that we be having, which is, I believe, 4 eclipses over 2 years, or 4 eclipses in 1 year. I honestly can't remember anymore. It's been a little while. So they'll be coming up, and I think, as far as I know, the West Coast is going to have the best show, but we will be able to see it in North America. It's just that the West Coast will have probably the best show compared to anybody, whereas the East Coast, you'll be able to see it, but it'll probably be somewhat faint. The moon will be turning completely red, which is going to be amazing. For those of you who've seen it before, I wasn't able to actually view it. I was planning on taking pictures. I do have a very good telescope, and I will probably be out there trying to get some pictures. I got a couple spots on the island here where I like to go, but yeah, hopefully that works out for me. That is pretty much, I'll stay a little hopeful, but yeah, hopefully that works out. But yeah, so there's nothing really else that's that new. I hate taking off when it's completely dark. You can't even see anything. It's not even fun. I really do hope we make orbit with this stage, or I should at least say with our atmospheric stages, because I don't want to use a lot of fuel out of this launcher, or I should say the lander here. And I'm having a little bit of issue keeping it pointed straight, but yeah, that is what she said. But yeah, so Space Engineers has been pretty good too, and this game's been not too bad. I have been kind of just taking a break and kind of, I didn't want to make it sound like in my last episode where I was, if anything, I've been, a little bit upset with the way things are going, but I didn't want to make it sound like I'm going to stop doing this. I didn't really want to lead anyone on to think something like that. I really definitely am not going to stop. I'm just kind of going to take it at my own pace and just kind of do my own thing. Once again, I'm probably still going to do a little bit of everything, kind of like how I always been. I might focus on one specific thing, but I'm just trying to get myself back into the groove. I really haven't been able to for a long time. Most of it has to do with the fact of just working and becoming overwhelmed, and then just being lazy one day and not doing stuff. I really haven't been having a lot of issues like I normally have been, but everything's been pretty good. So I've been, paying attention to the modded, and I know a lot of you guys are giving me suggestions on certain things, and I should mention that I am writing most of these mods down, and I will eventually implement them, or at least consider implementing them. And you can hear me moving all my stuff around, but there is the KSO mod that a lot of people have been talking about. Docking port alignment, what is this, BWD Armory, I believe. I can't even read my own handwriting. That's a telltale sign of writing way too quickly. And the Orion Gamer, which he wanted me to give him a shout out, or whatever, but yeah, hello. He wanted Nova Punch, which I know a couple people have been suggesting different mods, and I kind of just like, hey, yeah, I'll get to it, I'll add that mod in there eventually. Most of the time, when I say that, I do actually consider adding them. There are certain ones that I don't know, but I have heard that they have conflicts with each other, and there was another one as well that I can't remember, but it's like Keythane, but it's not Keythane, and it's an open source kind of Keythane style mod. Yeah, there we go. That's the word I was looking for. Um, I don't know about that one. The main issue is that most of the stuff I have, I don't know if these work with TAC life support. I can't remember anymore. I did do some reading on it. It has been some time, so I honestly can't remember, but I want everything to be able to work together fairly well. Asteroid colony. Oh, yes, that is another thing we will have to get to. The asteroid colony is having some issues right now, and I'm probably going to launch a whole bunch of stuff one episode and try to fix it. There, some of the asteroids or some of the parts, I should say, or the modules that we have connected are actually clipping. I believe the size of one of the asteroids has changed, or something along the lines of that. It is not good stuff, that is all I can say, and the moon is just not going to be okay with us reaching our ship, but I think we might be alright. Let's see, I think we could do it over here, and that way we could avoid the moon completely. I would rather do that. Let's see, this is a little bit off, just a tidbit. But yeah, so I mean, what other projects are you guys looking forward to as far as some of the stuff I have been doing? I know the Moho mission, a lot of people are a little excited about, I can tell, but you know, that one is going to be a little while. Once again, I do have a lot of refueling and other things I have to get done before that really is going to be a complete mission, so that will take some time. Just, you know, give me a little bit of a break at that one. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna take some time setting this up. I'll see you guys once we get a little bit closer to our ship. And we're back. I have been just looking into, I should mention now, because I was talking about Unity and the Unity engine and stuff like that. I have been kind of just looking into possibly learning a little bit of the C# and all that other stuff. I shouldn't call it the C#. It's kind of silly to call it that, but whatever. I am not very skilled when it comes to programming, and I'm not very good at it. I usually kind of leave that to developers to, you know, just take care of all of that stuff for me, because I am just absolutely terrible at it. I have never really been able to learn a lot with programming. I've delved into stuff like BASIC a little bit here and there. I have, as far as game engines are concerned, the only thing I've probably ever come close to with game engines is well, what is it? I believe it was the Source engine. That is pretty much the only engine I have ever messed with in any kind of way, and that was for better. Yeah, I really, it was terrible. I really couldn't learn anything from any of it. I was just the closest I got with the Source engine was I made a small map, and it was not a very good map. And, you know, I've always been kind of intrigued by it. I have just never been able to fully grasp pretty much anything as far as programming is concerned. I've always just kind of... I get to a certain point, and then I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. This is not fun. I was looking into, there's a few tutorials online as far as learning how to use Unity and learning C# a little bit. And I believe it's Brackeys. If for those of you who are kind of intrigued by it as well, or at least want to kind of delve into kind of learning about it, but he has kind of a small tutorial on creating a kind of like a survival game, and I wasn't really that concerned with a survival game, so to speak. I was looking more for stuff along the lines of creating a some kind of a space game. I was really kind of I was really interested in trying to see if I can make something that would be kind of fun to play, or at least try. You know, I would not be creating a Kerbal Space Program, obviously, or even, I don't even know, not even like a Space Engineers. I don't even know. I don't think that even uses the Unity engine, but, you know, it's definitely kind of a fun thing to mess around with. It's always good to know at least a little bit of some of this kind of stuff, because yeah, it might help you out later in some way. I don't know. In my opinion, I always kind of like to just enjoy... Why is that twisting? Why is this moving? And at all, why is this moving? No, stop it. Let's see if we can fix this. If not, we're gonna have some issues docking. That is going to be one of these things that will make it just I think it's because this guy is attached on the back here, and it's kind of throwing off the ship, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. I got lights on this? Oh, no, I don't. I didn't even put any lights on it. Alright. Well, this is gonna be relatively hard. And that's what she said. Alright. Let's see, turn that off. Alright, I mean, reset that, I should say. And where is our docking port? There it is. Now, how are we going to get this attached exactly? Let's see, cancel out this motion, start going forward. That way we can kind of get ourselves aligned a little bit better. I really have some doubts in this. There is just so much going on right now, and I really hope we don't get this on here the wrong way. That won't be good either. I think this is our best chance here, going like that. Now, I did kind of counterbalance these, so to speak, where one side is kind of the same weight as the other, but luckily, you know, they have fuel tanks. That way, you know, I can kind of use the fuel tanks as like a ballast. That way I can, you know, I can switch out or change the weight on one side or the other if I need to. So, let's see, let's set that as a target. And we're still going we need to go a little bit more over here. I don't know why it's telling me to go so far over. I don't know if maybe, let's see, control from here. Alright, that's not good. Set that as a target. Alright, we need to go over. No, I think this is good. It's just sometimes this game gets a little bit derpy with the docking ports and just setting stuff up sometimes where it doesn't exactly line up correctly. Alright. Come on. This thing is just like a big boat. It really is. Alright, we'll turn off that. And see if this guy will just line up all by itself. That would be really nice. We need to rotate this a little bit too. Just see if we can do that before it lines up fully. I think we got our magnetism. I'm not sure. These docking ports are very close. Alright. Come on. Any day now. So the one thing I was looking into too, I should mention this, is I'm probably going to start using some different music. Not that I don't like the Kerbal music or anything, but I've used it in so many of these episodes already, and I'm sure you guys absolutely hate the music at this point, where, you know, maybe I'll start doing something a little bit different than normal. Come on, come on, come on. Any day now. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to attach up the other side here, and we'll get this all set to go. Alright, and that about does it. Frame rate is a little poor right now, but I think it's mostly because we got all this stuff now over here, and, you know, this will be gone too. This is actually decoupled, but it's not really floating away. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any way we can get rid of this, at least for a little bit. Let's see. Actually, I think there is one really surefire way we can just say goodbye to this real quickly. Oh, wow, that isn't good. Oh, man, that's not good. There is one thing I will say, too, and I'm just going to kind of leave this. It'll be a little bit of a disclosure kind of thing. What I will end up doing, if there is some kind of issue with this ship, as far as just all of these panels and all, or I mean, I should say this lander being able to kind of stay put, all of this stuff on here, if it doesn't want to stay how exactly I want it, then my only issue that I really see happening is that I probably will relaunch the entire front of this ship with the lander and everything attached, because there really just isn't any way as far as trying to keep this stuff steady. I mean, not unless if I actually installed some mods. Why is that strut so terribly placed? I don't know what I was thinking with that. That looks absolutely terrible. I don't know what I was thinking. Why is... This one's like completely off, but this one looks fine, and I can't even see amongst all of this junk here. Jesus. Yeah, so I don't know. I'll probably end up having to do some more refueling. I didn't really do very much of it afterwards. The way we're looking at RCS right now, I think I might end up emptying a little bit more into this ship, because all we have is about, as far as spare RCS fuel, is about another 300 units, which I kind of want to have a little bit more than that, but my main thing that I'm really curious about is the xenon and making sure that is completely refilled. The other good thing that as we get closer to Moho is that I can start relying on these ion engines a little bit more, and I could potentially kind of shut down some of my ship as far as some of these engines and use a little bit less fuel. Not a lot, because this ship obviously is so massive that something like that really wouldn't make that much of a difference. These ion engines really don't make that much of a difference, but as we get closer to the sun, the electric flow increases its efficiency, so I won't have to worry about it so much. But we also have over 100,000 electric charge, so I don't really have to ever worry about my batteries depleting as well. That is another kind of really nice thing about having a lot of batteries. So anyways, guys, I'm probably going to start refueling this thing, and we'll look forward to a Moho mission here pretty soon. So anyways, guys, if you like what you see here, subscribe. There's always more to come. To all you new people, welcome. And yeah, I will see you next time.